All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Tuesday evening and finally going to take a look at the Phoibos Proteus. Now, I know I say finally, it's only been like 4 days since I did the unboxing of this watch, but pretty impressive piece. I've worn this one all Memorial Day weekend here in the United States and had a lot of fun with it. Took it on a big hike in the mountains up to a waterfall. And the watch is spectacular. It's really, really a good watch. And I got to ask your forgiveness, guys, because this thing is super shiny. And I really have no way to cut down the reflections that I'm picking up in this room. It's just the way it is. They've got a sapphire crystal on this watch, ceramic bezel inserts. Everything on the watch is really shiny. It does have AR coating on the underside of the sapphire crystal. But yeah, it's a shiny watch. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, this is one of the newest, if not the newest, dive releases from Phoibos watches. They're offering these in a number of different colorways, including a meteorite dial. Check them out over at the website. You can use code OFD at checkout for a 10% discount on any of the watches over there at the Phoibos website. So really nice piece. Now, I've had a lot of guys comment down below that this looks like a Zelos watch. Now, guys, I'm not familiar. I've never looked at a Zelos watch. I've seen them on the internet, on the websites and stuff, and they look like nice watches, but I've never actually really dug into them to check them out. I think Dane over at Celine Driver is the guy that really is into Zelos, so check out his channel if you're interested in Zelos watches. But, honestly, Phoibos is out of China. We have to know that most micro brands are manufactured out of China or parts come out of China. So it's really not surprising when you find familiarities between watches. I mean, even in the biggest brands, guys, the Submariner case has been used so many different times in so many different watches. It's not surprising at all that you're going to see similarities even in the micro brands out there. But go ahead and get a little closer so I can give you guys a look at the dial. Now, you guys can see this pebble effect or the sand effect to the dial. Very, very nice. I love that effect. And all of the models they have, colorways, have that same effect, minus the meteorite dial, of course. Now, another thing, since I have it close, I'm going to show you that second hand. And yes, guys, I know that is a Milgauss second hand, just like a Rolex would have. The one thing I got to give Phoibos is I've never seen anyone else use that secondhand style, that lightning bolt style, besides Rolex and the Milgauss. So, if Phoibos wanted to go for it and use it, so be it. So you've got the Phoibos, the Kraken up there just below the 12 o'clock position, the automatic on 300 meters just above 6 o'clock. You can see they've used a little bit of a new writing style on there, almost like a cursive style writing. It is a little bit difficult to read on that pebbled dial. This watch is running the Seiko NH35 movement, so it's a good, 20, I think that's a 24 joule movement, beats it 21,600 vibrations per hour. You have a date function on that, so you can see the date window over there at the 3 o'clock, and has a really nice polished surround on it. Putting the date out there. The indices on the watch are all applied, and they have all this nice kind of pointed arrow shape, baton style hands full of lume. I think they're using 15 layers of the newest version of Swiss Super Luminova on these watches, so they glow like a torch. Make sure to stick around for the lume shot at the end. The case dimensions on the watch, it comes in at I actually measured under 42, 41.7 from side to side, not including that crown, that knurled crown, which I think is really awesome. Comes in at 49 lug tip to lug tip, and a little bit chunky at 14.7 millimeters of thickness on the watch. So it is a thicker one. We'll take a look at the case side to check out the polishing on the watch. Pretty much brushing actually done all the way around. You do have a polished bevel on this little edge right here going along the side of the watch, and it's done very nicely. Very square and chunky style case. 22 millimeter lug openings on the watch, as you'd expect on a dive style watch like this, but mostly brushing done. And you can also take a look at the knurling on the edge of the bezel. One thing I want to talk about here, it is a little bit tough at certain times to get a grip on it, because the only sharp pieces or part that's going to really bite in are these little squares at the top. And this weekend I took this white watch hiking on a big hike up to a waterfall, and I was kind of tired and my hands were sweaty, and I'd set the bezel to time the hike, and I actually had a little bit of a problem getting it to turn for me because my hands were sweaty. But other than that, it really works good. Locks in solid, 120 click bezel. Like I said, it is a ceramic bezel insert on the watch, and it's fully lumed, as I'll show you in the end with the lume shot. Looking at the bezel again, I want to note to you guys the index ring or the chapter ring around the outside of the watch. This is all lumed, super, super bright, and you'll really love the effect of that lume on the watch. It really changes the whole effect with the lume. The bracelet is all solid stainless steel, of course, as you'd expect. Very good bracelets from Phoibos. These are screwed links, so they're not push pins or anything like that. And this is one of the coolest case backs I've seen from Phoibos lately. The big, heavily engraved Kraken there, the Phoibos in 300 meters, which I really like the simplicity of this. I don't need a whole bunch of wording on the back of a watch to kind of let me know everything about it. I don't need reference numbers. I don't need to know it's using sapphire. Just put it on there. Just put the sapphire on the watch, put the good movement in it, and don't tell me about everything in the back. I kind of like this clean design from Phoibos. You can see the solid end links, on the bracelet. And again, from the underside here, taking a look at that knurled crown. And that knurled crown is also signed with the Phoibos crack in there. So this watch is super, super comfortable. It's been very accurate with the NH35 movement. I mean, these have a very broad range of acceptable, tolerances. But what I found is, like most Seiko movements, they work the best when you wear them constantly. And that's no different with this one. Wearing it the entire weekend over the 4-day period, the watch actually was only 10 seconds fast over that period, which I find more than acceptable for an automatic watch. So let's go ahead and pause it, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and then we'll go out the lume shot. All right, you can see the watch on my 7-inch wrist. It fits very well and it wears very, very comfortably. I adjusted this watch to myself the first day it came in, and it's just about perfect. I really, really like it. You have enough micro adjusters there in the bracelet. They've got, I think, 4 of them there, and the links are super, super easy to adjust because they're screw style links. So let's go ahead and dim the lights, guys, and check out the lume on this bad boy. All right, so I told you this is the blue model, but man, it really does look black here in the dark. Let's go ahead and fire this Fiatchi high-powered flashlight up. Check out the lume. Lately anymore from Phoibos watches, they kind of figured it out a long time ago, is just apply as much lume as you can and they will be happy. And guys, we're happy here. This has impressive lume. Like I said, 15 layers of the newest, highest grade superluminova is being used on this Phoibos Proteus, guys. Really, really nice watch. Now, like I said, you can use the code OFD at checkout and get a discount of 10% on any watches at the site. That will take this watch down to $269, which, guys, I really don't know that you're going to find a dive watch, a 300-meter dive watch with specs like this for, well under $300. It's pretty impressive to me. $269 is a great deal. $299 at the regular price is a really good deal. I do believe that the meteorite dials are quite a bit more, right around $500. So check those out if you guys are interested. But really cool watch. Good job, Phoibos. I love the Proteus. I think it's a great new release from you guys. Guys, you like the video? Give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.